what I'm doing, but I'm waiting for you. And girl, I waste my time and spend it on my wishes, just wishing.
How you guys doing? Okay, before I begin, I want to thank all my subscribers. Thank you very much for watching the videos and doing what you do. Don't forget to hit that hype button. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story, okay? And this story's only to kind of segue into what I want to talk about, okay? And it's a disturbing story, okay? So I want to say that straight out. You know, if you don't want to hear things like this, just it'd probably be the best thing to just just let the video run a while and then come back, okay? But when I was young, I had a homeboy that worked picking up bodies, okay? Different bodies. People died from natural causes. People passed away for various reasons. And he'd go around and he'd pick them up and he'd take them to the mortuary. Well, one day he comes with somebody in the back of his car, you know, the Hertz, and basically it was somebody that was unalived by somebody from my neighborhood. So he pulls up and he says, "Hey, check it out, man. Trip out on who I picked up today." So, you know, he jumped in the back and he's laughing and he unzips the body bag. And there was very little love for this person that was back there. And unexpectedly, he throws this deceased person a punch in his face. And he starts laughing. He goes, "That's right." Slapped him in the face. "What's up now? Now what time is it?" Talked all that masa about, "You're gonna see what time it is. Yeah, it's time for you to go Mimi's," right? Other people went in that were drinking, and not too many. It's just only a few did this. Took a little swig of the beer and spit it at him. Called out the neighborhood, and somebody said, "Hey, man, get this piece of shiznick out of here," you know? And I felt bad, man. I really did. I felt bad for not only the body, I felt bad for the persons that were related to this guy and his children and everybody. And I felt bad for him that he was brought down to be mistreated that way. You know, he paid the price for what he did, if that's what you want to call it. And being mistreated after being deceased, I think is disgusting and cowardly. My opinion. Uh, some people had more hate for him than I did, and he got treated poorly. Okay. Now look, this ain't the kind of stuff that we want to hear. This ain't the kind of stuff that edifies our community. This ain't the kind of stuff, man, that you want a young man to hear and subscribe to. It's just a bunch of stupid talk, machismo shit, and some ego trip. All right. That being said, I'm gonna play this clip, okay, and then don't go away because we're gonna get into this, okay? Check this out.
to his house one time. And I said, hey, man, guess what I got, man? He said, what's that? I said, I got some guy in the car. You want to come see him? And I'm looking at Jocko, and he had a terrified look on his face. We take him in an alley, and there's a couple other guys with us at this point. We take him out of the car, and he starts slapping him on the head. He said, look at you, dummy. You're dead. And he keeps repeating it. I took a dead body to his house one time.
Okay, we all know who this is. Okay. And he's talking about this like it was firme, you know, like bragging about it. But let's take
a dead body to his house one time. And I said, hey, man, guess what I got, man? He said, what's that? I said, I got some guy in the car. You want to come see him? And I'm looking at Jocko, and he had a terrified look on his face. We take him in an alley, and there's a couple other guys with us at this point. We take him out of the car, and he starts slapping him on the head. He said, look at you, dummy. You're dead. And he keeps repeating it. I took a dead body to his house one time.
Más firme que wow, right? Este vato. There's nothing edifying about that kind of talk, man. You know, it sounds like he's still got that. He's still on that ego trip, and you know, whatever Jocko did. But why is he got to bring him up for? You know, talk about, say his name and everything. Basically, the culprit in all this was none other than the speaker, right? But you know what? I'm not going to go in on this dude. You know, I was talking to somebody. I was having a conversation with somebody, man. They gave me some good klecha. Yes, they gave me some good klecha. Even an old warhorse like me and an old dog like me can be taught new tricks. Okay. And what this person told me on the phone from one of the facilities in Southern California was, you know what? People like that, you know, I'm not going to talk about, I'm not going to say things about, I'm not going to cap on, I'm not going to bring them down. When we see each other, if I feel that way, then I'm going to express that, you know. Not saying that I got any beef with this individual or anything like that, but it was like kind of, to me, sounded like, man, if you're not going to do nothing, don't say nothing, you know. And if you can't do nothing, then don't say nothing. It's the same rules that apply when you're busted, you know, and you're running around with PCs and snitches and rats, and they lock it up. You know, you don't acknowledge them. You know what I mean? This guy's on social media, though. You know what I'm saying? And he tells a lot of stories. You know, stories that, in some cases, I believe shouldn't even be told. You know. Nevertheless, he's going to do what he does, you know, and there's really very little that can be said or done. Okay. Give me a second. There was another video, okay? There was another video that I was watching real close to watching that mess, okay? That he mentions a 187 that took place, okay? 187's red rum. For those of you that hit to the skip, that's what it is. You know, it's a very serious charge where somebody's unalived, and some people are unalived, but red rum is different. Vice versa, red rum, vice versa, is different. This incident took place inside a cell, okay, where two vatos went in there and unalived this dude and strangled him and put him to bed. And he says who they are. He says both their names. And right after he says, oh, I already know. Don't say nothing, though, because it was a long time ago. They can't be prosecuted. Okay. Among other things that he says that are incorrect in his videos, that is very, very, very much a lie. Okay. Even though these individuals have been given something that Rene was not given. Okay. Rene had a debrief, snitch on his fellow comrades, and do what he did, and still does what he does. Okay. Those individuals involved were released by that organization under the condition that they continue down the road that they're following. Okay. You know, and Rene claims to have found God. Okay, he went back and talked to the warden and prayed for the warden and all this. Well, one of the guys that he talks about is somebody that's very, very, very much involved with that scene and was given a free pass. Not like Rene. Rene went out ass backwards. These guys chose their faith over everything else and was willing to stand up and die for serving Christ. Okay, big difference, huge difference. Okay, but anyways, it is what it is, and he does what he does. He's gonna do what he do. You know what I'm saying? Do I agree with that kind of behavior? No, I don't. It's dishonorable. It's despicable, and you know, it is. It you know it. You guys could see for yourself what that type of activity is. Make your own decisions what you think about it. Maybe you could let me know in the comment section. Maybe we could talk about it some more. What do you guys think about doing things like that? Sometimes, I mean, after that video, sometimes when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, is he hurt because these guys walked away and were allowed to walk away and we're giving the blessings of the organization to walk away and to do what they're going to do, serving their God? Whereas Rene was under scrutiny for despicable behavior, you know, behavior he doesn't talk about it on his channel, you know, and I'm not going to mention it here because I've mentioned it before, man. I'm not going to keep kicking a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? You know, when he does these question and answer things, ask him about those charges, man. How come nobody ever asked him about those charges? Let's see what he said, what he has to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't subscribe to people who are into grapes. I don't subscribe to people into telling. I don't subscribe to people that are just despicable dirtbag characters, man. Come on, man. Like, really? You think that's feed, man? That you took a body to a neighborhood and that it was getting slapped in the head and look, you dumbass, look at you now, you're dead. You know, you also look at you. Huh? That's feed, man. To teach, to show the younger vatos in the game. What was that, gangster to you? That was cowardly, man. That was some cowardly shit. You know? But anyways, it is what it is. People do what they're gonna do, like I mentioned earlier, man. What I like to know is what you guys think about this stuff. I could not go there and not talk about stuff like this anymore. But when I was hearing all of this coming through the video, I was like, wow, really? Like, you know, like, I don't know, what's he got, 100,000, I don't even know, but maybe 100,000 subscribers. That's what we subscribe to. That kind of madness, that kind of talk. Just saying, I don't know, man. Different strokes for different folks, I guess, man. Anyway, this is my video for today. Thank you for watching. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Good, bad, or you agree, disagree, whatever it is, man. I'd really appreciate it. You know, that being said, God bless you. God bless your families. Stay safe, people. Stay out of prison. Stay out of dumb situations that'll get you caught up and where you're winning dumb prizes, man. Please be safe.
For wondering what I'm doing, but I'm waiting